Bush, being the kind of, I have these people, they're smarter, they're smarter than me, and he kind of knew he should have went with his gut, and I don't know, I really don't. It's so complicated, we could spend fucking hours rehashing Gulf War I.
Let's not spend hours doing that, please.
Bruce, give us some ideas. What are your thoughts on us being in Iran? What do you got going on over there? What do you think?
We shouldn't really be there, period. I don't know what everybody else thinks. Something like that. We need to concentrate on us. I mean, as Americans. Everybody's talking about it, and I think that it's probably another bigger issue that we probably need to be concerned about rather than, that's all everybody else though. Everybody could think, well, like, we need this Iraq oil, or whatever it is, but no, we got concerns here.
Where should we be, Americans?
What is your number one thing you would rather have us doing right now, besides Iran? Like, what do you
like? Think about America, like built us up. We're not there yet.
You could wave your wrist for a day.
There's a lot of people that
got control over both channels.
What do y'all think? Like, what are y'all really learning about Iran, Iraq? We're not going to have third war. It's not going to happen. Everybody's like, oh, it's a third war now. No, it's not. Nothing's going to happen. So are y'all just really wanting to talk about it?
Can I ask a question? From Bruce?
Should let Marshall answer.
Yeah, if you let me get on this. You want us to do more things for America. What are the things Congress could do? We could do more for America in your mind that Congress is not focusing on. It doesn't have to be a perfect policy.
Like everything, dude. Like, what do y'all think? Okay, let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think America is great? Is the greatest thing right now? Like, what do you think that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I'm some things that
seriously.
If I were going to give you some things that Congress could do.
Mayor John Kitover has reached a last-minute
Shipping, number one. Number two, get that DHS and ICE get their funding from Congress as per the way it's supposed to be done. What else would I prefer them to be doing? I would prefer visual rights prosecuted, right? So I'm not asking you for perfect things, but like when you say we should fix America, don't you get how big that is? Right? Like anything could be fitted into that. So what I'm asking is, when you say these things, when you're saying,
okay, you breaking up, dude. I can't hear you. You breaking up.
Can I go?
You're too close to the border.
Marshall, you're the Matrix, but Ocean's gonna fill in.
Let me go real quick.
The two things that we need to be doing right now is secure elections and restoring gun rights to non-violent felons.
Right.
So, Bruce, can I ask you a question? Your dear parents are with us still? You have your parents? Bruce?
Say that again?
Your parents are still with us? You have your parents?
No. My dad's not. My dad would be 100%. He's American. He's 100%.
So, in a family, when there's kids, right? Daddy go to work and make money and, bring whatever necessary for the family, and, the mom is home taking care of dogs and taking care of home.
Provider.
So in this case, military is daddy, right? And the companies are mine. So ISIS is taking care of all the fucking illegal immigrant who's taking care. That's supposed to be yours.
Aren't you illegal?
No, you're not. No, I'm not. I'm U.S. citizen, buddy.
And the answer to your question
Don't sound like
is
you're getting.
the answer to your question is yes.
Yeah. Sword, do you want to answer his question? Go ahead, Sword. Yeah.
Yeah, the answer to your question is yes. Even with all of our flaws, even with all of the mishaps that happen in the United States of America, it's still the greatest country on the planet.
Right.
Hell yeah.
No, it's not. Because the whole point is no, it's not. Because the whole point is y'all on here right now talking about Iran and Iraq. Y'all need to be talking about America.
You're drunk as a skunk, like every fucking day.
Here we go. See, this is what I'm saying.
Well, when you tell me no, it's not. Can you?
You're not even from here.
Life, I love
What
it.
you mean I'm not from here? Don't I sound like it?
No, I can tell you're not from here.
Well, where I'm from then?
No, you're from.
Can you tell me what country? Okay, let's say if I am from Jamaica, then that would still prove my point because Jamaicans are still trying to come to the United States of America.
I know y'all are.
And why are they coming? They coming for better opportunities because
the whole
opportunities
point is
don't exist in
y'all
their
talk
country.
Y'all talking about Iran and Iraq, and it doesn't even fucking matter. Oh my God.
You can come here, you can fail. To succeed, all you gotta really do.
Kiss my ass. Y'all
All you gotta really is not give up. If you just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying.
Kiss my ass. That's what it is.
You just ain't got that stick to it, Gene. That's what that is. Your blood contaminated. You know American.
Shut your drunk ass up, Bruce.
Your shit, you
Kiss my
take it.
ass, dude. Kiss my ass. That's it.
Where else would you like to be?
Neocon room, man. How y'all doing?
Right. Get ass up,
What is
dude.
that?
Sound good, man. Shout out all the neocons, man. I'm glad y'all
Good, man. Should be.
Shut your drunk ass up, you stupid fuck.
Why y'all bring ghetto people here? Because I mean, seriously.
Hey, you got another question we can ask?
Here, man.
Bruce, now ghetto people come here.
That's why nobody wants to live around you naggers. So, guys, let's start.
Man, shut the fuck up, you old bitch ass, Pepe.
Wow. That's all wow.
Happy birthday, Rob. Your balloon there.
He said Naggers. That's crazy.
That's wow.
Fuck Pepe, faggot ass.
Pepe's white cracker ass sitting up here being racist.
Don't nobody want to live around this gay ass either, man. So.
Yeah, he gay as hell.
That's right. I would take those chocolate cheeks.
He's a fruitcake. He's fruitcake from hell. Pepe's fruitcake. He likes fruit.
Anyway, man, y'all still supporting this war?
I don't ever supported it.
Fruit.
Well, Pepe, you've been proving to really not be a real MAGA person.
No,
So, like,
gay
what?
as hell. Pepe,
You were a real MAGA.
I was against the war any long.
But you know he wasn't. Pepe.
You can ask anybody in here.
Anyway.
I was
Pepe
here blaming
what is worse,
Pepe is not neocons and saying how they shouldn't listen to the fucking Israelis.
Pepe isn't one of them Israeli shills, though. I give him that.
Shut up, Rob. Shut up, Rob.
Yeah,
Stop acting like a fucking bitch, dude.
Man, hey, why don't you go try and rehab, Bruce?
Whatever, nigga. Whatever.
How about that?
Fucking Pepe is gay.
How about that?
Pepe is gay. Pepe is gay.
The biggest
How about the liver together?
faggot on the app, and I'd like black.
I know.
Get your liver together.
I'd get your fucking
Nigga,
cheeks.
get your motherfucking life together,
All
right?
right, let's get back to the conversation, y'all. Let's get back
I'm
to
coming
the
for those
conversation.
cheeks.
Tired of this shit. Pepe, kill yourself.
Matt,
You
you know
gay,
what?
nigga.
I was
Yeah, fuck gay.
Hey, Mac, why don't you get rid of him, man?
Matt, to kind of go back to what you guys were talking about with the subject, Marshall was talking about, after the fall of Hussein, what was interesting is that in Iraq, after the fall of Hussein, there were more terrorists that came in from outside of Iraq than in. So they were like the local Iraqi army, like we talked about the other day, put down there, took off their uniforms, gave up with their hands up, just walked toward the Marines like, okay, capture me. But then the issue was then when Abu Musab al-Zarqawi, he was the leader of Al-Qaeda in Iraq. Then he started this whole violent campaign targeting Westerners of any effort. So that he was trying to provoke a sectarian warfare to kind of like get established an Islamic state. So that's when you saw Al-Qaeda, ISIS, all of them. They were targeting anything foreign civilians and military personnel within that area. So it got so bad in like 2005, 2006. The Marines were tasked with cutting off the terrorists coming in from Syria, so they had to do city sweeps along the border of Iraq and Syria. So it came like fall of Hussein, and then a kind of like kill all Westerners right after that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Muslim myself, but.
And you're drinking.
Wait. You take your smartphone? There it is.
Drinking?
There you give your answer. You know,
She said, and you're drinking.
Matt, I tried to get you back on.
But, with the Muslim brothers.
Muslim and rehab is crazy.
Nigga, kill yourself, boy. But anyway,
Hey, you filthy away from it, man.
Sounds very peaceful as a Muslim, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, you might be gonna drive, Bruce.
Muslims are really peaceful.
You know what? You should probably go to a Muslim country because they don't stop your drinking habit. They will put your ass in rehab so fast.
I know.
You would get your Latins every fucking day for continuing to violate the drinking. That is bad. You sinful Muslim.
Yeah.
Let's say you complain about how the country operated a Muslim.
Right about that.
Why don't you go to a Muslim country and tell them how you feel about how they running shit?
And then come back and hey, but you could be a part of our current administration who low-key seem like they're trying to bring forth Armageddon.
Great people. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Muslims
Man, it's such a man.
Chill out, Bruce. Hold on.
No, seriously, Muslims are good people, dude.
Bruce, we're good, man. Go on mute for a second.
Oh my God, Matt, really? You're the only green bean here. You can put me down. You gonna put me down?
Asking you nicely. Why would you?
Reason.
Who gets
Bruce, you're a faggot.
Oh my
Next time you open your
God.
mouth.
Bitch ass
I
drunk.
really don't like you, Rob. Rob, I don't like you at all.
Man, if me and Pepe are agreeing on something, it's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
true. That's true. Well, Pepe, you know what?
It's right. Man, shut your drunk ass up. Take your bitch ass and go drink you some water, man. Call your mama and tell her she failed. Get the fuck out the stage,
I hate you,
drunk
nigga.
fuck.
I hate you. You
Hey,
don't work.
hating me ain't gonna sober your bitch ass
You
up.
know what? That fucking ass coat is cheap, nigga.
Hey, it don't matter how the fuck your I'm like, look, I'm not no media member. I ain't nobody special. I'm concerned about my energy prices coming into the summer in Houston. It's hot as fuck out here. Should we be bracing for higher energy prices? Can you give me that at the very least? And she gave me a look on her face where it looked like she was like, man, I want to bullshit you, boss, but I can't bullshit you. I don't know. And she gave me a look, swear to y'all, where she shrugged her shoulders and just like, man, just make sure you're saving your money. And kind of gave me a look like, man, I see you seeing through my bullshit. Like, yeah, no, so all I'm telling y'all, whether she's accurate or not, the fact is she does work for the Department of Energy. She works directly under the Secretary of Energy. These are the type of things that I'm concerned about. Now, me personally, I haven't been cleared to drive by my doctor, so I'm not driving right now. So I'm not necessarily as worried about gas prices as most of y'all, but that doesn't mean that gas prices probably isn't the most important thing. But energy prices as well, these type of things are going to be affected, y'all. This is another reason why this was a pointless war. You're asking these people to help you open up that strait that was literally open a month ago. We didn't need it. We didn't need it.
So I
Like,
think
it's another pointless war. And if anybody wants to spin this as freeing our Iranian people, it's a lie. Those people are not going to be freed. I stress this. I ain't no expert at nothing. I'm just an American citizen that's been reading and paying attention to basic politics all my life. Man, the people have told us for years, countless administrations, whether it was neocons, fucking Democrats, they've told us this. The only way that you're getting regime change there is boots on the ground. So if they're not gonna put boots on the ground, all of this, yeah, we done probably fucked up their Navy, but their Navy was already really worth nothing anyway.
They were small
Rob,
anyway.
it's not their Navy that's the critical issue. It's their ballistic missile capabilities, which we've been
I mean, well, first it was the nuclear weapons. Now that's what I'm saying, Marshall. We know what this is.
It's one of the things that
The ballistic missiles have been worried for 30 years.
Yeah.
And the Iranians have continued to do it. They did it under Obama.
What do we do?
Nothing on any of those.
What do we do?
Are you doing more around?
It's not a morale thing. It's a reality thing. It's a reality thing. This is a pointless war. And if y'all are telling me, tell me how this is going to make Americans safer. Tell me how it's making us safer.
Marshall, let me just ask him one quick question, and you can follow up real quick. Do you, Rob, do you think if our nuclear-armed Iran, what would the gas prices be like at that point? I'm just kind of curious. You ever thought about that? Like,
Man, we don't know because let me tell you what we have never seen. We haven't seen a nuclear-armed Iran. What we do know is the only country in the world, in the history of the world, to use a nuclear weapon is us. Now, we do know it happened, quite a bit ago, but the fact remains, we are the country that's actually used it.
I guess.
Yes.
Israel, the people that our leaders, Marco Rubio, even Trump himself said it. This is a war about Israel and what they were going to do. Israel has a stockpile of nuclear weapons.
You are throwing off U.S. security concerns.
Yeah, let Marshall reply.
You are throwing off U.S. security concerns willy-nilly, and you are dismissing them because you don't like them.
No, I'm not throwing out U.S. security concerns.
I asked you to grapple with their ballistic missile capability, and you dismissed it.
Because now it's about ballistic missiles, and that's not the truth. Marshall, come on, let's stop lying, Marshall. It's always been about Iran is 2 weeks away. It has always been about their nuclear capability. Stop lying.
They have killed 2,003 American servicemen since the Iranian Revolution. They've killed double that in number of civilians over the last 40 years. Yes, it is absolutely about the ballistic missile program. When the JCPOA was discussed by Obama, one of the big fucking bitches of this thing was the ballistic missile capability. And you are not grappling with it because it doesn't fit your narrative.
How is this making us safer?
Just listen. I'm not.
Marshall, this is bullshit.
Rob,
You know it's bullshit.
Let him finish.
No. I'm not saying you have to agree with the war. What I am saying is you need to have an answer other than, well, it's about ballistic missiles now. No, you need to have the answer that
Hey, watch how your faggot ass mocked me first off. I ain't never disrespected you, Marshall. In all of the years of talking, so I ain't gonna start me
You white pasty face.
No, I don't need help. I don't need help. That's not the point. My point was you dismissed it out of hand.
Hey, man, I said
Doesn't fit your worldview.
do you want me to? So this is what we'll say. This is what we'll say. If this is about ballistic missiles, now, which is what you're telling me, show me the facts. That our people are saying that this is about ballistic missiles.
For over 35 years. Which means it's been integral to
It's not your fucking business, man. Marshall, it's your fucking business. If we do ballistic missiles or not.
Shut up, Mo. Who the fuck are you?
What do you think of my business?
You do. Shut the fuck up. It's not you.
With this,
You do. Go fuck yourself.
Just let Marshall weigh in.
And if he doesn't want to take account for that because he is so opposed to the war that he can't consider a security
No,
concern.
Marshall, because you were trying to spin this and you're lying.
No,
If you're trying to spin this as about ballistic missiles, when they are literally I'm not listening to you with it. I'm listening to the people who are in charge. The people who are in charge, yes, they have mentioned some ballistic missile capabilities, but that's at the very bottom of what they've been talking. They've talked about nuclear. Man, stop lying. Stop lying.
What about
You guys disagree.
Come on.
It's not going anywhere.
Rob? What you think about what?
You know what I picture when you speak?
Marshall,
I don't even respect KK.
I think Sorg wanted to get in, and then Ben, did you want to take a stab at this or not? I heard you get off the mic. Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I can after who you.
Okay, Sorg, I think
Go
you wanted to say something.
Ben, you can go because I already spoke. Go ahead. I go after Ben.
No, it's just, like honestly, like Marshall and I have our differing opinions, but this is a disingenuous argument from your Rob, dude. Like it just is. Like I don't know.
Nothing disingenuous about me listening to an administration tell us that we're going to war because of Israel.
He's giving you Rob, he's giving his reasons.
Hey, Ben, I don't give a fuck about Mike Discipline on the free app. Fuck you, and I'll mute up out of respect for my boy Matt.
Come on, okay. Go ahead, Ben. Just give your points.
No, it's cool. It's just like, look, like this, of all the things the Trump administration has been transparent about, I feel like this war has been one of the most. This whole idea that there's a bunch of fucking neocons outside of maybe South Carolina with, I think it's South Carolina, with, what's his name? Like, give me a break. Like, or, why am I blanking on his name?
Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham, thank you. Like, outside of Lindsey Graham, it's just, the United States does not have an appetite for a long war. Trump knows that. And also, all of these people, and it's not just you, Rob, it's all of the No Kings bullshit protests going on. They're all going to say the same thing. Oh, we care about high energy prices. Really? We had rampant, out of control inflation for 4 years under Joe Biden, and nobody gave a shit about it. It was all of a sudden, well, it's not the president's fault. We have crazy inflation and high energy costs. Oh my gosh, it's not the president's fault. Oh, it's the war in Russia. It's because of the war in Russia. Like, it was all of these myriad excuses. Suddenly the gas prices go up under Trump. Yeah, guess what? Gas prices went up under Trump. It sucks. I just bought a tank of gas the other day. It sucked. I live here in Maine. I don't live in California or anything like that. It sucks. We all weren't bitching about this 4 years ago. At least I wasn't hearing it. I wasn't hearing this being a central focus. And as far as the war in Iran goes, let's give it a second. Like, let's see how this whole thing plays out. This idea that, like, I mean, there was 35 to 50,000 protesters who get shot in the streets. Like, you want to say that this is not the same as Iraq. This is not the same as Afghanistan. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. I'm more than happy to come on this app and be like, you know what, I was wrong. Yeah. But like, let's give it more than freaking 4 or 5 weeks for this thing to actually like see where this goes. Because like Trump is a pragmatist at his absolute core. The man is a pragmatist. If something doesn't work, he changes course. I mean, Democrats literally have a slogan for it. It's called Trump always chickens out. To me, like, that's Trump changing course. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. In this case, let's see how it plays out before we just jump all over this and go, oh, it wasn't about this, it wasn't about that. Take the man at his word for 2 fucking seconds.
You want me to take Donald Trump at his word?
It's not just that. It's Democrats discover limited government whenever they're in the minority. When they're in the majority, they're happy to force things down people's throat. Joe Biden bombed the Houthis without giving Congress a 48-hour heads up. And now that Trump did the same thing on Iran, oh no, we need to curtail executive authority. I'll tell you a story, Rob. My little brother sits in a place where he needs authority. And he proposes curbing executive authority all the time. But the people in the structure say, no. We don't want to curb executive authority. Because it means when your guy is out and our guy's in, he has less power. Right? So they can't even get common sense paring down executive power through because they're not interested, because when their guy has the power, it's fine. When our guy has the power, all of a sudden, small government, we're going to do this stuff. Now, the response to this...
All right, quick question, Marshall.
Yeah, okay, I'll answer.
Quick question. Was that street damaged or was it closed to American ships during the Biden administration?
Damaged, yes. Closed, no.
All right, let's ask this. We from the same state, aren't we?
Dude, we're both Texans.
Yeah. Have you ever
$8
heard of the idea of $8 a gallon here? They even float that number in Texas. Kind of sounds insane, right? So whereas I do understand that things, and it's not, and I don't. And let me be clear. I don't think we're gonna get to $8 a gallon in Texas. You're breaking up, Marshall.
Marshall's the Matrix.
I'm just gonna put him on mute so we can.
But yeah, like this idea that my argument is disingenuous, well, that would probably mean because you hadn't talked to me. That's number one. I mean, it's been very consistent. Whether you agree with it or not is another story. Anybody that's been speaking to me in this space or part of these spaces know that my message has been the same shit since I've been on this app. I've told y'all that I have a real concern about this man and his views or his lack of respect towards our Constitution. I think the idea of somebody even suggesting a third term is probably the most unconstitutional thing that an American politician has ever uttered. Like, I honestly believe that. But outside of that, as we're talking about what's happening now, if you want to spin this as let's wait and see, man, I can't give those people the benefit of the doubt. I can't. When I see Pete Hegseth in the Pentagon praying to the same Jesus that I claim to worship, and the stuff he's saying, I don't believe that represents the tenets of Christ. Not the word I read. So when I see this stuff and I see what's actually happening around the world, how people are actually being impacted by people who what did you call them? Being what do they say? Trump always chickens out. Man, we don't have time to play like that. We don't have time to play with somebody who on a whim can end up causing the fucking end of the world because we have that type of access. Now, no, I don't think that he's just gonna drop a nuke. But I'm just saying the fact that he has that type of power and we're dealing with a person like that, you fucking kidding me? You want me to get at the benefit of the doubt? Man, y'all gotta stop. I get it. This to me, this ain't about what Biden did. It's irrelevant. Biden lost. It's 2026. We're going into year 2 of his term. Now, if you want to talk about the effects of Biden's administration on the current and maybe economy, maybe that's a fair conversation. But in a conversation about an actual, what do you call it, a war, or his words, skating around the war for another motherfucking country, and now we got somebody spinning to me about ballistic missiles capability. Man, y'all gotta stop this. This is sickening.
Let me ask you something, Ron.
That's been a part of the conversation at a strategic level in government for decades. It may not be the nuclear threat, but it's still the second most important threat they considered outside of the proxies. Hamas, Hezbollah, Qatar.
I would listen to you more, Marshall, if you expect this as the proxy wars, because that's a legitimate concern. And I'm not saying that ballistic missiles aren't an issue from Iran, but we not gonna spin this like that's been one of the major talking points. It hasn't. Proxy wars has nuclear weapons capability, nuclear enrichment programs. Yes, those have been.
No, I see why we're disagreeing. You're talking about the way the administration has justified it. I'm talking about the policy that has been there long term. You're right. The way the administration has justified this was not about ballistic missiles. It was a secondary insistence. You are right about that.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Rob. So, just like it sounds to me like the Trump administration has a messaging problem, and that is something that you and I think we can have common ground on. So, whether it be with immigration policy, whether it be with the Trump administration, and we have 4 years of it previously, the Trump administration has always had an issue with signaling. What I look at with the Trump administration typically is what they end up doing. What are the actual actions that come out of it? Because I agree with you. Like, I think a lot of the ICE stuff was poorly rolled out. Like, I think the huge percentage of Americans, and most and certainly the people that voted for Trump, were in huge favor of getting rid of this stuff. But yeah, guess what? Some of it's media, due to the media, sure. But the Trump administration, you saw this with Minnesota with the ICE, the stuff going on, and then Trump had Tom Homan go in there and kind of clear stuff out, right? Like,
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think Pete Hegseth is a horrible orator. Like, I just think he's horrible. Like, I don't think that I think he comes off as condescending, cocky, and a pain in the ass for somebody who's in the role that he's in. I just don't think it's a good look. So, and I'll say this with Trump. Like, if you listen to what he says all the time, I agree with you. The guy messages it looks crazy with, like you said, with the third term, all this kind of stuff. I agree with you, but wholeheartedly. But if you actually look at the actions of this administration, and you look at the same members of this administration, the leaders of the world in this administration, the mission is actually very, very consistent. And again, let's go back to, it's not like we didn't have 4 years of this previously. Like, let's look at the 4 years of this previously and see how it went. Like, it wasn't perfect. Obviously, COVID happened. But I voted for Trump. I held my nose and voted for Trump this last time around because of his foreign policy. And so far, like I said, it's too early to tell him the Iran thing. But, we'll see what happens.
But running the third term was a joke to trigger the Democrats, which clearly has done it to Rob.
Correct.
It's a joke. Are you guys kidding me right now? You really think he's going to do that?
So here's the thing. Obviously, you kind of slow.
Who? Me?
You. I said the mere suggestion of it.
Right, but I mean,
I don't know how long you've been paying attention to this, but me, somebody that's 41, I've been pretty much paying attention since I was about 7 years old. So let's give me about a little over 30 years of following American politics. Let me tell you one thing that doesn't get uttered or joked about, whether it was the Bush administration. I've listened to Ronald Reagan, and they love this man. This man basically won every state, I think, in 1984. You feel me? Like, that would show that everybody loved this man. And these people didn't utter a third term. Joke about it, they didn't play about it. So do I think that he's going to get one? Do I think that there's people that are working to make it happen? Yes. I listen to the Steve Bannons of the world. I don't have a choice but to listen when they say that type of stuff. These are the people that supposedly have advised them, and it's close confidants. So what am I supposed to feel when I hear him just the other day say that on January 21st, 2029, Trump is going to be president?
I wanted you to, but I haven't heard of any other president saying grab him by the pussy either. I mean, hello.
No, I don't agree with that. But there are other presidents who joked about a third term, notably Eisenhower and Barack Obama.
Sure.
When did Barack joke about it? Now, look, I'm not saying you're right.
Didn't Kamala Harris and Joe Biden both run on the possibility of stocking the Supreme Court? And look, I understand that there is some constitutionality adding 2 states. It's not like Trump came along and oh my gosh, Trump is the first person to ever upset the political order. I mean, Barack
That's
Obama.
Such a weak argument. Trump's not the first.
Barack Obama and the Dreamers. Come on. Again. I agree with you.
You know what the Dreamers did? The Dreamers, they went, whether I agree with all that or not, that's another convo. You feel me?
You think that Barack Obama's
They went before, they lobbied. We know what lobbyists are. We are familiar with Israel. So we know what lobbyists are. So they lobbied for something. They got support from both parties. Both came together. That's a foreign concept now in American politics.
So was that what bill was that, or was that an executive order?
The Dreamers Act?
Yeah.
As far as I was understanding, DACA wasn't it codified? Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if it was an executive,
It's codified.
DACA was never.
Hey, other than gas prices.
So it wasn't codified?
Other than gas prices, what has changed over the last 3 years?
It has not been codified.
Yeah.
So why are we still talking about it then?
No, I'm saying.
Okay, I'm under the impression.
So you're saying that? So okay, just to be clear, so DACA was Barack Obama's signature piece of, well, it wasn't really legislation, was it? Because it was executive order. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
No, DACA was
It's codified in federal by 2022.
It was passed in
My point is, there's plenty of presidents previous to Donald Trump who have upset the who have upset the order of things. And if you're gonna say, oh, well, Donald Trump, it's clearly freaking, come on, man, like this guy's playing the media like a fiddle, like he did during his the lead up to his first term. I think I go back to Kamala Harris and I go back to Joe Biden, who during the lead up to the election, the election that they won, we're skating around adding Supreme Court justices. We're skating around adding two.
They had 4 years to do it.
Would you say media's gotten better or worse?
Yeah, but that's not.
The media's got more confused with him, let's say it this way.
I think the media landscape in general.
He's designed to troll the left to make them lose their head today and then fucking calm down tomorrow and lose their head again today. Like, he's the best fucking troll, and the left are falling for it, and I love watching it.
But what do we need a troll for in a president? Because no deals are being made, though.
No.
What laws have I'm just saying, as a concerned American citizen, can some Marshall, I'm gonna defer to you on this because you're usually really good on this. What legislation has been passed amongst us, and let's take this off simply Trump. Let's just say our current version of our government, the House, the Senate, right, left, all that. What is being passed for the American people?
You have right now 15% across every nation right now taxes he implemented, which is helping the nation.
Asking about what Congress has done.
Oh.
So from my understanding,
what is he signed into law?
Yeah, so from my understanding, a bunch of different bills dealing with press, a bunch of different bills dealing with small business. You're asking what the Congress majorly passed, the big beautiful bill as it was termed, or the big bad bill if you would prefer. I got the SAVE Act passed. So if you're asking like if his legislative agenda, like what's gotten passed, he's been fairly stymied. But what Congress has passed, my congresswoman just got another law passed into law, and it dealt with the 1940 water treaty dealing with Mexico. So that like benefits Texas farmers in that way. And then a whole bunch of just minor legislation. I made this criticism one time to my little brother. The Congress just doesn't do anything.
Hey Rob, just really quick, are you asking about Donald Trump's legislative accomplishments, like him personally? Is that what you're asking about?
I'm saying, I said in this, I was looking at our current government, our system that we've been operating under the last, now going into 2 years.
Okay.
What has came out of Congress and the House, and then went before Donald Trump's desk to sign into law.
I was gonna name executive orders, so Marshall, correct me if I'm wrong.
Executive orders, to be fair, every president has executive orders.
Sure. So, but
that doesn't mean.
I'm sorry, for the accomplishments of this administration, Marshall, please correct me if I'm wrong on this. Joe Biden rolled back remain in Mexico, and Trump just put that in place again for a second time. Is that correct?
I think so, but it's going to get struck down in court because the Supreme Court allowed it to be upheld because there was an emergency. He can't just claim emergency and do that. So I looked this up just to get a preface for the kind of things that are passed. And this comes from ChatGPT because it's quicker than a Google.
And I'm looking it up too, Marshall. I got 5 things.
So I got the Congressional Time Capsule Act, Federal Land Conveyance in Arizona, Do Not Pay System Improvement Act, Bankruptcy and Judges Trustee Compensation Act, Fiscal Year 26 Appropriations, which is, I passed them all in 2025 when the Congress is still in session, National Defense Authorization Act, beautiful bill as we referenced, opioid treatment and prevention reauthorization.
I'm going to tell you this, though. The real reason I asked that, man, and I'm telling you how this, we all know that politics are an ugly thing.
Super ugly. Why nobody wants to see it?
You know what I'm saying? We know that. What we can say is that we watch politicians routinely work across the aisle with each other. And I'm saying that we did. bicker. We saw them bicker.
Yeah, you saw them bicker, but you saw them work together.
But they
still largely work together. Like
this era of politics, who you blaming on, that's whatever. But this era of politics, man, I think Trump missed the mark on a few things that he could have worked across the aisle and actually got those people to work with him. As I really went and did my research on like what NAFTA was, some of our trade agreements, I actually had changed my position that I don't think that he was off the mark in his trade assessment, that we had a bunch of unfair deals. Now I do think, reading just what I'm learning, I do think his tariff policy is pointless. But his idea behind it, no, it's not pointless. And there are plenty of people across the aisle that would have worked with him. Bernie Sanders, a bunch of Democrats have issues with our trade. That he could have used a few things to work across the aisle and actually be the president of the United States and not just the leader of MAGA. And those are two different things.
I got a quick question for you. In your research, did you come across who shot what down? Sometimes you look at the Federal Register for that, but like what I mean by that is like
I've seen a few things that Democrats have shot down that possibly could have worked. I'm not gonna sit there and make it seem like this is all.
yeah, but you've also seen Republicans exercise the same behavior.
Yeah, so it's like my thing is more so, hey, y'all job is to serve the Constitution and to represent the people that elected you. Your job is not to serve what Donald Trump wants to do. Now, you could be in agreement with his agenda, and you want to see his agenda passed. I don't have no problem with that, whether I agree with it or not. I do have a problem with what seems like a lot of our elected officials, especially in our state, Marshall, specifically, we're the ones that voted to changing our congressional district into like, when does that happen?
I mean, I don't think it ever happened in Texas before.
That's my point. We
turned out to be a dummy
we yielded simply because of Trump. There's a reason like Indiana, those people in their state house was showing all that love on.
Does anyone aware that they actually have a voice at this point? If you look around the rest of the world,
Can you
the legislative process, does anybody that they do actually have the chance to vote for a democratically elected official? Do we ever take that into consideration before we decide, how the world should be? Because everybody wants to see the world the way they want to see it, right? Do we even take into account that we have the ability ever, or are we just complaining about the things?
It's not lost on me that the 1964 Voter Right Act still has to get like basically reinstated as of this year, last year. That's not lost on me. So in a nation amongst Americans, unfortunately for Americans, we don't have the worldview that everybody else has because we're Americans. And in America, whether the history has been fair or right, what we do know is that we have the right to vote. We have the right to speak about this stuff. I don't see what bringing that into the conversation. Yeah, we know it's people around the world that don't have these rights. What the fuck that got to do with me right now? We talking about this.
You fill out a axiom by Alexis de Tocqueville, who was a French proto-socialist, wrote a book called On Democracy, and it's his writings of traveling America and thinking about democracy as it was young in the Enlightenment era. One of the things he says is America is the only country he knows of where we vote for somebody and then get into a room and dissent about that same person for 4 more years. Right? So your government is technically American the same way agreeing with the government is American. Right? You're not exercising any anti-American sentiment by criticizing somebody. In fact, I would say we have throughout our history a long tradition of each side criticizing the other no matter what they're criticizing over. And I think that's to Tocqueville's point, that all of this is constantly in flux for us. While we do pass laws that do keep things relatively uniform, our politics are always in flux, as they probably should be. Politics is meant, at least in my experience, campaign politics is meant to be in flux. And so I think politics is going to be in flux, but I wouldn't say that you've done it wrong. I think you can still appreciate, that other people don't have the right to vote while criticizing your own government.
No, I'm not discounting what you said at all. I'd like to look to another part of the world where things are being done better. Honestly, where you want to live and felt like your voice was heard. Love to hear about that.
Well, I mean, what are we supposed to say about that, though, Albert? Like, we're Americans, and now, whereas I think American exceptionalism has kind of hurt us, but we're Americans. Unfortunately, we don't have the right now.
What does that mean to you? You're an American. What does that mean?
That means that I was born in America. My family personally is descendants of slaves in America. We're American. Like, that means that the things that I'm concerned about start with America. That doesn't mean that we couldn't have a conversation about what's happening around the globe. But, like, I wouldn't expect a person from any other country to not have that country's best interest or interest in general as what they're going to talk about. Like, I don't live anywhere else. Never have.
Have you ever spoken to anyone?
What is your criticism of Donald Trump? What didn't he do that you wish he had done? You wanted him to engage more with allies?
Hey, man, Infinity, that's not what we doing right now.
That's all I'm asking.
We're not even talking about it.
From another part of the world?
Well, I heard you talking about it. You said you wish that he had gotten more people involved.
Well, that was another conversation, man, Infinity, so give it a second. Albert, to answer your question, hey, man, one thing we not gonna do is play stupid, all right?
Okay.
We're not gonna play stupid.
Right. What does that mean?
So we don't have to assume that I've never spoken to somebody from outside of America.
If you speak to people from, let's say, communist China,
I'm finna give you a rundown real quick, just so you can understand about it.
Really?